Do you want to train your own Krea to LoRA directly on your computer? Then in this video, I'll guide you through the complete process step by step. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. First, create a new folder on your computer and name this folder Krea to Training. For the training, we are going to use the Krea to raw model. We are not going to use the turbo LoRA. Why? Because the turbo version may not give the best results during training. The raw Sieve tensors model is a better choice for creating our LoRA. Now, download the Krea to raw model file and save it inside your new Krea to Training folder. Once the model is downloaded, the next thing we need is the tool that will help us train the LoRA. Now, let's download our training tool. Here, I found an easy-to-use repository on GitHub called Krea to Trainer. So first, copy its repository link and next, go to your Krea to Training folder on your computer. Open this folder in your command prompt, type git clone and paste the repository link and press enter. This downloads the Krea to Trainer folder inside your training directory. Now, go inside the Krea to Trainer folder, open it in your command prompt and type launch.bat. The launcher will guide you through the setup, so you do not have to install everything manually. Now, the setup will ask if you want to install the files directly in the current folder. So here select no. And why is that? Because we want to choose our own directory. Paste your installation path like d:/Krea to Training, press enter and select yes. Next, the tool will ask which Python option you want to use. So here enter option 1 to select a download fresh portable Python. Now the launcher will automatically download and install Python, PyTorch, AI-Toolkit and all the libraries you need. This process takes about 5 minutes, so you can sit back and relax. Once it's finished, the console will show a local URL with port 7860. Open that URL in your web browser and the Krea to Trainer dashboard will appear on your screen. Now we are ready to set up our model and images. Now that the dashboard is open, let's prepare our models and images. First, copy the file path of your Krea to raw model. Paste this path into the model path section on your screen and just click validate. Here, the trainer will check and confirm your model file. Next, we need Florence 2. This tool automatically writes captions for our images, which saves us a lot of time. Go to download section inside the trainer and click to download Florence 2 automatically. If you already know where your model is, you do not need to search your hard drive. Just paste the exact location directly. Now let's prepare our images. Go to your Krea to Training folder on your computer. Create a new folder inside it and name it Dataset. This is where you will save the images of your subject and the LoRA will learn from these images. For this test, I uploaded 23 images. You can use between 10 to 50 images. Here, I recommend using at least 10 to 15 high quality images. And remember, quality is much more important than the number of images. Make sure your photos are clear and you show different angles, different expressions, varying lighting conditions, varying compositions. And before we scan the images, I'll give you a quick tip. If you close the trainer, you can open it again easily. Just go to your main folder and run the launch.bat file. Now copy the folder path of your new dataset folder. Go to Dataset tab in the trainer and paste your path into the directory path section and click Scan. The trainer will display all your images on the screen. Just click Select All so we can prepare every image for training. So sometimes when you reopen the trainer and try to load Florence 2, you might see a Transformers library compatibility error. So do not worry, this is very easy to fix. Open your Krea 2 trainer virtual environment, use its Python file and run the installation command shown in your error message. Once you install the correct version and restart the trainer, Florence 2 will load properly. Now, we need to create captions for our images. Florence 2 makes this automatic, but first, you must choose a unique trigger word. For example, I used XYZ as my trigger word. So whenever you write XYZ in a prompt, the LoRA will know it must generate your specific subject. Select the more detailed caption option and highlight all your images. The trainer will show a missing tag warning because your images do not have captions yet. And to fix this, enter your trigger word in the text box and click Auto Tag Selected. So here Florence 2 will start writing detailed captions for every image automatically. When it finishes, make sure to review the text. If Florence 2 makes a mistake, you can easily change the caption by editing it manually in the tag editor. Once every image has its own caption, the warning will disappear. Now that our dataset is ready, let's go to the training tab. I'll show you the exact settings I used and explain how to adjust them for your graphic card. So first, type an output name for your LoRA. Make sure to include the exact trigger word you used in your captions. For the training steps, I chose 1500 steps. For a dataset like this, you should generally use between 1000 to 1500 steps. If you train for too many steps, your LoRA can become overtrained. This will make your final image quality worse. So keep your learning rate at 0.0001 so you do not need to change this value. Next is the LoRA rank. A higher rank lets the model learn more details, but it uses more VRAM and creates a larger file. Since I have an RTX 5090 graphic card with 32 GB of VRAM, I selected rank 32. You must set your LoRA alpha to match your LoRA rank, so I set mine to 32 as well. For the training resolution, I initially selected 1024. Keep your batch size at 1. For the optimizer, select ADAM-W 8-bit. This setting is excellent because it reduces your memory usage. You should also enable gradient checkpointing. Krea 2 is a very large model, so it needs a lot of power. This setting lowers your VRAM usage, but the trade-off is it will make your training a little slower. Next, change the save step setting from 250 to 100. This saves a backup of your LoRA every 100 steps. Set your maximum checkpoints to 4, and this ensures the trainer automatically deletes all backups and keeps only your last 4. Keep your caption dropout at 0.05. Now let's discuss the quantize model option. I kept this disabled at first because quantization can sometimes lower your image quality. However, when I tried to train at 1024 resolution without it, my graphic card ran out of memory before the first step. If your training gets stuck or you get a CUDA out of memory error, you must enable quantize model. I also suggest enabling quantize text encoder and low VRAM mode. And finally, enable unload text encoder. This setting tells the trainer to read your captions first and then remove the heavy text encoder from your graphic card. This frees up several GBs of VRAM for the actual training. And a quick tip, keep sample generation disabled during training so you do not waste extra VRAM or slow down the process. Now let's run our pre-flight check in the trainer. If the trainer tells you that Florence 2 is still using VRAM, Return to the Model tab and click Unload to free that memory. Run the pre-flight check-in again, and when all checks pass, we are ready to train the model. You can also preview the generated configuration file and confirm that all your settings are correct. When I first clicked Start Training, I encountered another transformer library error. Florence 2 and the latest AI Toolkit require different transformers versions. And to fix this, stop the trainer by pressing Ctrl+C in your console. Open your Krea to Trainer virtual environment and update the required libraries. After you update, the Dyno V2 with registers config file will load correctly. But the training code also requires a newer transformers function. So here is my secret trick to solve this. Use a compatible Transformers 4x version when you run your Florence 2 auto tagging. Once you finish generating all your captions, switch to the newer Transformers version required by the current AI Toolkit for training. Now relaunch your Krea 2 trainer, and this time the training process will start correctly. During startup, you may see warnings about Triton, Hugging Face transfer settings, or Windows redirects. You can safely ignore these warnings as long as the training continues and no traceback errors appears on your screen. The total training time for 1500 steps was around 47 minutes on my RTX 5090. Once the training is complete, your final LoRA file is saved inside your output folder. Go to the folder path. Inside this folder, you will find a directory with your LoRa's output name. My folder is named My Krea 2 LoRA version 1. Inside it, you will find your final LoRA file. Now, we are going to test this LoRA inside ComfyUI. So copy the final saved tensors file and paste it into your ComfyUI LoRa's folder. Load the LoRA in your workflow, connect it to your sampler, and write a prompt using your unique trigger word. For example, type a close-up portrait of XYZ women. You can see the generated face closely matches my reference images and the overall quality looks good in the result. Initially, I trained a LoRA at 768 resolution and another at 1024 resolution. So we could compare them. So in close-up results, the 1024 resolution LoRA produces much better skin texture. When I passed the image through another K sampler, the 1024 resolution result looked much cleaner than the 768 resolution version. With the 768 resolution LoRA, the skin can sometimes look a bit more artificial or AI generated. The 1024 resolution LoRA produces better details without even needing another sampler depending on your prompt and settings. In full body images, the 768 resolution LoRA does not generate the face very accurately. The 1024 resolution version looks better, but still not 100% identical. It looks around 90% similar, and this is likely affected by our rank 32 setting and because the face is very small inside a full body frame. So remember, a higher LoRA rank can learn more details, but the trade-off is it uses more VRAM and increases your final file size. I also tested the LoRA with BF16 base model using 30 steps and a CFG of 3. And I got very consistent results across different styles. So if you do not have enough VRAM to train your Krea 2 locally on your computer, there is another option. You can use a website called fal.ai, fal.ai. This website provides a much easier cloud-based method to train your Krea LoRA 2. So this setup is very simple. Upload all of your training images to the platform and enter your trigger word, such as XYZ or ABC, whatever you want to use. You can also enable automatic captioning if you need help writing description tags. After that, Select your training resolution such as 768 or 1024. Then I choose the number of training steps you want. For a small dataset, I suggest starting with 1000 to 1500 steps. As I mentioned earlier, using too many steps can overtrain your LoRA and reduce your final image quality. For my local training, I used exactly 1500 steps. So this cloud service is not free, but it's very affordable. The cloud trainer charges you according to the size of the training job. It usually costs only a few dollars depending on your number of steps and the current pricing. So now you know the two ways to train your Krea to LoRA. If you have a high-end GPU with plenty of VRAM, you can train it locally. And if you have limited VRAM, you can use a cloud service such as fal.ai instead. So that's everything for today's video. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thank you. Bye-bye.